Hello everybody, my name is Ella Rodriguez and I'm coming to you from Providence, Rhode Island. And I really want to share with you today my family's favorite way of cooking tofu. So we are making something that we call tofu bacon because it kind of resembles that kind of taste. And to do that, it's a really simple, quick recipe. So to do that, we like to use the organic tofu just to make sure that it's not genetically modified. So as much as you can, try to do that. And the way I start is I just do some cuts right here into the tofu block. Be careful, and then just kind of let the water kind of come out. And I use the firm tofu for this recipe. That works better. So what you do is you take this block of tofu and you're just going to place it under something heavy. So I prepared over here in advance for you like this. So what I do is I just take my 2 blocks of tofu, and I like to use my stone pizza, and I just put it right here on top. It's nice and heavy, and then the liquid kind of comes all the way off, and then that makes my tofu ready to go. So I'm going to slice off my tofu, and the way I do it, I try to make the slices kind of like this. So I would say like 1/2 inch or so. You don't want it too skinny because then it's going to kind of fall apart, but not too thick. And you can do it just like this. It comes about, I don't know, 10 pieces or so. And every time I make this recipe, I always make about 4 blocks of tofu because my kids just love this recipe. So to make the marinade, so you just kind of, after you let it sit to drain the water, probably for like 1/2 hour, an hour or so, now you're ready for your marinade. And to do this, I'm going to use a few different ingredients. The first one is going to be nutritional yeast. And for those of you who are not familiar with nutritional yeast, this is really used in vegan cooking. It's just the yeast that it's not an active yeast. Contains a lot of B vitamins. It's really flaky-ish. I don't know how good you guys can see it over there. And it really gives the recipes a hint, a cheesy kind of taste. So for this recipe, I'm going to use 3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast to give it kind of like a base, a coating for this. Then I'm going to use pure maple syrup, and we're going to go with 6 tablespoons of that for the 2 blocks of tofu that we have. And next, I'm going to use liquid aminos. Liquid aminos is a product that I like to use instead of soy sauce. It's a lot less sodium. It's about 50% of the regular soy sauce sodium, and it's gluten-free. So I like to keep that on handy. Anytime the recipe calls for soy sauce, we kind of just use this. So I'll go with 1 tablespoon of that. And then to give it a smoky kind of flavor, I like to use liquid smoke. Again, this is gluten-free, and it really just enhances the flavor of this recipe. And for that, another tablespoon of that. And next, we're just going to put 2 teaspoons of onion powder and the same as of garlic powder. And just like the nutritional yeast, this is going to give a little bit of texture to the marinade, so it sticks a little bit to the tofu. All right, so that's all we need. Just kind of mix around this marinade really good. And then we're going to take the pieces of tofu that we made, and we're just going to kind of coat the tofu inside the marinade and then put it on I like to use a silicone pad for my baking, but you can use parchment paper, whatever you have on hand. So then that's all we have to do is just put it through so that it kind of sticks to it, and then place it in your tray. Let me put it here so you can see it better, just like that. And then we're going to put it in the oven at 350 for about 15 or 20 minutes or so. Then you're gonna flip it around and another 10-15 minutes. Sometimes if I like it a little bit crusty, I like to put it in under the broiler for a little bit. So this is what you do, put it in the oven. I'm not going to finish all that over here, but what you are left with is this nice looking tofu. It's soft inside, it can be crispy on the outside. My kids really love it. That's why I have to make 3 or 4 blocks at a time, because they just come and as soon as it comes out of the oven, they're like, what smells so good? And they eat it up before I actually get to do sandwiches with it. But this is how I like to put it in a sandwich. I just have some whole wheat, Dave Killer's bread is this, but any bread would work. We try to go for like a low glycemic kind of bread to make it healthier. So pumpernickel bread would be great as well. And then you just add your slices of tofu right in there to make that BLT kind of sandwiches, right? Your slice of tomato, and for a little bit of healthy fat and also to replace that the need of cheese, we'll just go with some slices of avocado. And there you have it, your beautiful BLT sandwich. It really doesn't need anything else. Nice and easy, and the tofu that you make stays really good in the refrigerator, so that's why I like to make a lot of it at once to save myself time. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get to try it.